Welcome to Yoga for You, a channel tailored to helping you discover your very own unique yoga practice.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Yoga for You. My name is Amanda and today we're going to be doing yin. So the way I teach yin is I typically go through the whole body and they're just longer holds. So feel free to come out early if you need to. It's no problem. Just come in when you're ready to dive back in. We're going to start in child's pose. Maybe bringing the knees a little bit wider than the hips and then arms forward. Bring your forehead to the floor. If this doesn't feel like enough support for your back, you can always bring the knees closer together. If this doesn't feel like a relaxing pose for you, maybe start on your back with the hands on your belly. Anything to just kind of help you settle from wherever you just came from. Allow the breath to flow naturally. And so with yin, it's not a whole lot of engaging. You're not going to hear me talk about breath work a lot. Not even a lot of anatomy or ways you should be in a pose or how it should look like. It's really more about learning to be still in some more intense, deeper stretches. Yin also focuses more on the connective tissue instead of the muscle. So it's likely going to feel different. For some, yin is more challenging than a vinyasa class. Some others, yin is a little bit easier. So it really varies from person to person. I think what surprises people is when they think yin is more challenging or they have a harder time with it. And so that's okay. To be honest, that's me. I have a harder time with yin. Just wherever you are, allow the breath to just flow. Soften through the face. Relax through the shoulders. And get quiet and still enough so you can really feel the subtleties of your breath. The longer you stay in a pose, the more likely you're going to notice how it changes. Everything is temporary. You just feel the impermanence of each moment. And just be here for a few more breaths. And then slowly come out. Recovery time might need to be a little bit longer because you're holding that for an extended period of time. Might help to come into hands and knees and kind of sway the hips side to side. Good. Next we're going to go into a twist called thread the needle. Let your right hand come a little bit more forward. Let your left arm swoop under. Once you get to the shoulder and the head's on the floor, you can extend that arm past your head. Some like to bring it behind their back. Your choice. And slowly just settle into this twist. And again, notice the breath. You might accidentally start holding your breath. Can be a lot of resistance in yin, maybe a little bit of fear of allowing yourself to relax, or just not knowing how to relax. In my experience, telling yourself to relax really doesn't cut it. It's more just stay present with your body. Stay present with the uncomfortable feelings that can come up. Stay with the sensations. And the more presence you can bring, the easier it'll be to relax. It'll just kind of happen at its own pace. And we're not going to stay in these ones for too long. So bring that right hand back over to your face. Gently press yourself up. Kind of roll out that shoulder. Gently press it to the floor. There's no rush. Again, maybe move side to side. Feel that. Then when you're ready, left hand's going to come a little bit forward so you can slide your right arm to twist. Extending the left arm past your head or behind your back. Steady breath. Might hear a lot of birds. Kind of just part of doing yoga in nature. Stay with your body, stay with the sensations. This side could feel really different, that's okay. A few more moments. And gently bring your left hand back by your face so you can press up. Take a moment to move, to shift. All right, this next one. You're gonna tuck all your toes under, even the little pinky toe. So make sure on both feet that all the toes are under. Now, for some, this is going to be hard right away. You might not even like it right away, and that's okay. If you need to shift forward, some people like to come up, you can do that. Just finding a spot that's relatively comfortable and that you can stay in it without adding more tension, and then just settle. Try to breathe. Bring your awareness back into your body. This is really stretching the bottoms of the feet, as I'm sure you already know. Some might actually feel this a lot in their thighs too, or some in the top, like tops of the feet. You can feel this in a lot of different places. All that means is that that's where the most superficial layer of tension or tightness is for you. That's what needs to open up. So wherever that is, see if you can really bring your awareness there. And then let your breath just permeate through that tension, creating space. And just a little bit longer. Remember, you can always come out if you need to, no problem. Nice. All right, let's come forward, release those toes, roll out the ankles. One of my favorite poses to do after, I just kind of sit on the tops of my feet, and again, that might be enough for some of you. You can grab one knee, lift it up just to stretch out the top of the foot and the toes, and then just switch over to the other side. Good. Release that. Bring your hands forward so you can roll over the toes, flatten the feet to the floor, and we're going to come to a forward fold. Let your feet be hip distance or a little bit wider. Keep your knees a little bit bent so your belly can rest on your thigh, and then just hang here. Relax your head and your neck. Relax your arms. This is supposed to stretch the backs of the legs and the low back. Again, you might feel this in the calves, different areas in the body. As long as you can be there comfortably, you're not in pain, then this is fine. Just a little discomfort with the stretch, that's normal, that's healthy. At the end of the day, you know your body better than anyone else. So how do we get to our breaking point when there are moments or whole days where the stress just feels really overwhelming? How does that happen? In my opinion, there are layers of stress that just build and build and build, one on top of the other. And if we took a little bit more time to just stop and bring some awareness to whatever is going on in a moment even before it builds, but even if it's already built up and you're at your breaking point, if we just stop where we are and bring all of our awareness to the sensations in the body, what we're feeling. And even though there's probably a million thoughts going through your head, noticing them, acknowledging them, but then not giving them so much attention that you lose the awareness of your body, because that's what they want. They want you to get lost in this thought train to bring you out of the moment, to bring you out of truth. But if we can sit with discomfort, sensations enough, then we feel and see that everything's impermanent and that it fades, it comes, it goes, it changes constantly. And that allows us to find more clarity. Some days or moments more than others, but that's what yin has taught me, is to slow down. Let yourself come up a little bit. Bring your toes out. Sink into a squat. If your knees aren't too happy about this pose, you can put things under your feet. You can have a bolster or something to sit on. That's totally fine. Whatever opens up your hips enough. And then just let your arms come forward. Maybe you round. Maybe you let your head drop. Find that breath. Bring the awareness here. Just a few more breaths. Now, to get out of this one, we're just going to sit up. Bring our hands back so we could sit. And then slide forward so you can lay down onto your back. We're going to do Supta Baddha Konasana, so feet together, knees go wide. If this feels like too much, you could take blocks, put them under your legs. It gives them enough support, but you still feel a nice stretch in the inner thighs. Bring one hand to your belly, one hand to your heart. Just kind of settle. I like this pose so much because you can get the hip opener, but you have the earth below you to support the whole length of your spine. So it feels, for me, even though it's very opening, it's also very grounding and supportive. Staying with the breath, staying with the body. Just a few more moments. Notice if the pose has changed for you. And we're going to use the hands to bring the knees together. And then we're going to let our feet come as wide as our mat, so you should feel the edges of your mat. Keep the knees bent and just let your knees fold or fall over to one side. Doesn't matter which one. Then you can let your arms go out. Let the elbows be a little bit bent. Relax the shoulders down. It's kind of nice if you kind of prop your heart up. Let the shoulders find a new position so there's lots of length and space in the neck and shoulders. This is a good twist because often one of the legs where it leans inward, so in this case for me it's my left leg, it stretches out the hip flexor in a gentle way and provides a nice twist for the low back. You can always use props, blankets, bolsters, pillows, give you more support. And then we'll gently switch over to the other side. Bring the knees up, take them to the left. As far as yin is a really good way to start your day. So just waking up in the morning and spending this 20 minutes to just stretch gently so you can ease into your day. It also could be really nice to do right before bed. Typically you wake up really refreshed because you stretched out and then you rested. It also helps you fall asleep easier, typically. I used to do a yin class at night and often my students would fall asleep in Shavasana. So it can really help you decompress after a long day. Get all the aches and pains figured out. We'll bring your legs up. And we're just going to slide into a short Shavasana here. Bring the legs straight. Arms a little bit closer to the sides, but still with plenty of space. Allowing yourself to feel the effects. I always recommend at the end of these videos, if you need to stay longer in Shavasana, stay for as long as you need to. Otherwise, you can slowly start to wake the body, bring some movement, stretch, lengthen. Slowly come to seated. Thank you so much once again for practicing with us. We hope to see you soon. Namaste.